Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first 11. Welcome to the second episode / edition of the Big Six show. We're waiting on Shaw right now, who's an Arsenal fan. Not quite sure he's their Big Six anymore, but we're just waiting on him. So bear with us. But we still have, obviously, four big clubs right now represented on this panel. Obviously, your host, Liverpool fan, as you guys know, Hussam, have been on the channel plenty of times. Indiana, Man United fan in his black box again, not showing his face, even though it's his fucking channel, but we move anyway.
Listen, man, come on.
Indiana, let me do my intro, man, before I fuck up my
Okay.
That, obviously, the second biggest loser on this week besides Arsenal.
No,
I'm not quite sure.
Sam, I'm just thankful that you actually called us a big club this week. So thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go there, unfortunately. So Daps representing Man City is here as well, and arguably the most surprising victory, the victory that shocked a few people, not me, because I predicted Tottenham win. But anyway, man like Kish is representing Tottenham Hotspur. Congratulations, Kish, and welcome to the channel.
It's good to be
Before we get into all the football discussions, just want to say to everyone, please do hit that subscribe button. Like the video right now. If you are yet to do so, smash that like button. Don't just press it. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel as well. Help us get to that 1K mark. So please do hit that subscribe button, like, all that good stuff. And like I said, we are waiting on the Arsenal representative so we can absolutely smoke him. So don't worry about it. So we're going to start off with City against Spurs. And before we start off with all of us, and I think Daps as well wants to destroy City himself, we're going to go to the guy who's actually victorious and give him his moment of victory. So go ahead, Kish. Tell me your thoughts on that game.
Listen, I am pleasantly surprised. I know, look, we've got a very good record against City recently. I don't think we've lost to them at our new stadium. And even Nuno's got a very good record against during his Wolves days as well. He's got a good record. So, yes, on the face of it, there's a lot of good elements. But look, a Tottenham team that's under-strengthened because Romero didn't play either, and we had Dyer and Sanchez. If you'd told me before the start of the game that we've got Eric Dyer and Davinson Sanchez at centre half, and we've not got Harry Kane playing for us, that we'd come out victorious, I'd think you'd be laughing, to be honest. I mean, a draw, I would have snapped your hand off, let alone a win. But it wasn't just the fact that we won; it was the team, the whole team, and how they played. A lot of fans have been saying to me this week, saying, what's the key difference? What's the difference between the Jose team and that team? There's a massive difference. The Jose team was give it to Son or Kane and let them do something special on the counter. This was a team performance where every time we got the ball, we did something with it. We had so much pace up front. The City defense just couldn't deal with it, to be honest. And that's what I liked about it. It wasn't a two-man team. It was a whole team effort. And that, for me, is very early doors, of course, only one game on the board. But if that's a sign for things to come, then I'm fully on board with Nuno and the boys, which I never thought I would say during pre-season.
Kish, I know we said we're not going to make it as long as last time, but you have to give me a bit more on Son, though, because Son, absolute star in that game. So,
I mean, look,
give me your thoughts on Son in that game.
Listen, with Heung-min Son, look, I said this on last week's show. I am very surprised he stayed because I genuinely think he could play for almost any team in the Premier League. I genuinely believe that. But fair play to the guy. I mean, he's probably now signed up to the best part of his years at Tottenham, which, again, as a player, if you're him, I'm quite surprised. But as a fan, we'll take it because it does give us a trust in a certain player, which we're not getting from another certain person. So for me, that only extends his legacy and his status towards the fans. And for me, he's put up the mantelpiece there. Look, he's not a striker. There was a couple of moments in the game where he held back on shooting at the moments where the opportunity was there. But look, it's a learning process for him. And the team just gelled. I mean, listen, if we can get someone with that clinical kind of finishing ability instead of Bergwijn, because Bergwijn does all the work bar the final moment.
Shock him.
I think we will be very, very dangerous this season. So, look, great start. I'm not getting too carried away because, again, when I saw City's lineup with Ake and a couple of others not starting for City like De Bruyne, it did give me a bit more hope. But look, it gives me a huge amount of optimism this season. And I'm looking forward to it. Again, I'm not going to rabble on too much, but the one thing I am worried about still is there's 2 weeks left in the transfer window, and there's still quite a few players that we're missing out. And I know Tanganga played fantastic, but his injury.
Yeah, I was going to mention him.
He's
outstanding.
He would have gone to Galatasaray early in the week. He himself rejected it. So fair play to the guy. Exactly. Yeah, the club agreed the season-long loan deal.
He's a great young talent, you know.
I know, but
I really like him, you know. I really like him. I would take him at Liverpool as well.
Yeah, he's the only problem with him.
Yeah, well, you need a Trent replacement anyway.
He gets loads of muscular injuries, and that's the worry for me. But look, just to summarise, great performance, but I am still very worried because we're now leaving to the stage where if Kane leaves, Vlahovic apparently is getting talked about to Atletico Madrid, even Man City. And Martinez is signing a new contract. So we really need another striker at least. We need an attacking midfielder badly. We need a right back. And I pray to God that Daniel Levy doesn't look at that game and say Eric Dyer is the next John Terry, because he's nowhere near that.
Yeah,
So we need another 3 to 4 signings, and I'm hoping that Patrici can work his magic and sort a couple of deals for us before the end of the transfer window.
The thing is, just before I go to you, Indiana, obviously I feel like I love the fact that we started off with giving Spurs their flowers, which I really like, and I think Spurs really played really, really well. Yeah. But I agree with that last part there, which should be key for Tottenham now. That performance should not lead you down, a delusional path. That means, we're incredibly good right now and stuff. Me and Kish have done a show before on Usman's channel. Shout out to him as well. I spoke about Vlahovic way before he was linked to Spurs. Right. I think he really is a very good striker. I think you could replace Kane, but you need to replace Kane with 2 or 3 world-class players, not spend it on a bunch of 50 million pound
players. This is now the problem, though, with that, because now, beginning of last week, you could have got Vlahovic for 60 million euros, which was the rumored, then 70, then 80. Now, isn't it funny today that Man City are apparently interested and something's happened behind the scenes? The Fiorentina owner said if we got an offer of 100 million euros, it'd be of interest. So it's gone up to 40 million euros in the space of 2 weeks. So that's the situation we're in. And to be honest, now I'm in a position where with Harry Kane, I don't think we can afford to sell him now because we've got less than 2 weeks left. If we get the 150 million, all clubs now know that we need a striker because we've got no strikers. And
you've got lined up. I think Kane's gone, in my opinion.
But that's the thing, that if people like Vlahovic and Martinez are gone, then who is actually available?
But what you were saying, that one of them you were saying might City are being linked with. Well, if we get Kane, we're not getting him. The only concern is he might go to Atletico. That's the one concern.
Yeah, I think you know what it's like, though, when someone knows that a club has money.
You've got money.
That's now the problem. So I would have rather us get a Vlahovic before Kane is in this position, because
Villa did
guaranteed with someone.
The exact way. Look, I said on a podcast the other day, the way Villa and Grealish handled it, both of them was the total opposite. So Grealish and his club that he loves work together to make it work correctly. Right?
Exactly.
Whereas with Kane and with Levy, they've done the complete opposite. And now ultimately both of them,
100 million basically. Aston Villa have already spent that 100 million. They kind of knew, the board knew that Grealish was
got some good signings as well.
Yeah, and this is the thing, to the point, Grealish was going back to training. He was speaking with them saying, look, because I signed that contract, you're going to get 100 million.
This is what I mean.
I'm gone. But I'm not going to go until you've got 1 or 2 signings in, so the fans aren't mad at you. And then in my speech, I'm going to say, I know that we're leaving you in good hands with some players coming in. And then the board came out and backed him. Perfect story. Kane and flipping Levy, complete opposite.
You know the thing that annoys me is the fact that so far our transfer window we've signed 3 players, but I realise this: Romero is a loan, and then he's a by obligation at the end of the season. So the only person we've spent money on is Gill, but that was a swap plus money for Lamella. So we've actually not spent hardly. We spent like 50 million quid.
Here's a thought. One of my mates said,
just before you go, I feel like, because I have been there, being like Liverpool was a selling club at a point, with Sterling, Suarez, etc. The thing, in my opinion, I feel like the replacement, like for example, if you sell a player for £100 million, the replacement can't be 10 players who cost 10 million. The replacement, here's my thing. I know that Tottenham, with all due respect, isn't as attractive for £100 million player. We understand that. But then what you should do is you spend that 100 million on 2 players who have at least world-class potential. You don't divide that money up into 4, 5, 6 players and end up spending 20 million on a midfielder.
My question to the panel then is, say if we get 150 million for Harry Kane, right? So then from 150 million, you can sign 3 to 4 players. Vlahovic goes to Atletico Madrid. Martinez is signing a new contract. Who do we then sign? Go on.
Yeah, I don't think Vlahovic is not confirmed to Atletico, because Atletico needs to sell Foul as well.
But what I'm saying is, I still think the Kane negotiations are still going to take a few more days, and it might be a week left. And then what? Then what do you do? What do you then do?
Yeah, but they
what I was going to say is
lined up. This is a big club. They're not. It's not like they haven't got other options.
Yeah, there are other options.
There will be
other options.
Guys, can I just drop a bit of something one of my mates said to me earlier?
Hang on, Daps, 1 second.
Yeah, go on.
I think Spurs are actually being very clever in the window, because they know they're going to have 150 million odd coming.
100%.
They don't need to put this PR out. In fact, it's the worst thing that Daniel Levy could do in terms of Harry Kane. What I was going to say is on Levy. It's not on Harry Kane. Harry Kane hasn't behaved the most professionally, but it's on Levy. Harry Kane's been promised by Levy. Yeah, that's what's happened here.
But can I? So one thing that one of my mates, who when he studies football, and the way the boards go in the transfer window, he always studies business, and he said, and Levy in particular. Now he's an Arsenal fan, so he sees Levy in a negative light, but he did make a good point that what Levy might want to do is long out this transfer as long as possible, so that when Tottenham get their big 150 million, it's too late for him to do anything, and he's got that excuse.
No, but the thing is, here's the thing. If they keep Kane, it's good. If they sell Kane, they still have the money to do enough. The problem is they need to spend the money the correct way. Like I said, because what I said was based on experience. I've seen Spurs sell Bale and use that money wrongly. I've seen Liverpool sell Suarez and use that money wrongly. Like we bought like Ricky Lambert. It was that transfer window. I think the only good one to come out of it was Adam Lallana, which is a problem. That's why I was referring to...
I liked Lallana, I like Lallana.
Yeah, he was honestly the only good person to come out of that entire window. So what I'm saying is, if you sell him for 150 million, you get 3 50 million level players, or not necessarily 50, but you could get, like, for example, if they need a midfielder, they go and buy Camavinga. If they need a striker, they buy Vlahovic. At least
that's the thing. That's the one thing.
Players with world-class potential.
How did they not go out and get Danny Ings?
Yeah, I'll be honest. That really surprised me. I said, believe it or not, before I knew about Vlahovic or anyone, I said on Usman Talks United, I said the 2 players I would have taken. You might laugh at this.
No, I think I know your second.
Danny Ings and Tony from Brentford. Because
amen. He's the perfect. I don't get why you haven't gone in for him.
Yeah, the reason why I take Tony is, look, I understand Championship and Premier League is a different level, but I think he has all the skill set and ability. He has the attributes, not the skill set. He has the attributes to be a very, very good striker in the Premier League.
That one's confused me, because I was convinced you lot were going to go for him.
Yes,
before the summer. And I don't think did he sign a new contract with him or something?
Yeah, I thought we could get Tony and Danny Ings combined for like 55, 60 million. And I thought, you know what, that'd be great. And then you've got 100 million or almost 100 million to then spend for the rest. But it's not.
I think I'm the only one on this panel. And I'd have to say as well, welcome to Gunner Express. Thank you for joining us. The Arsenal guy, big up to you. The thing is, I just want to say one thing. I think I'm the only one who disagrees with what you guys are saying, and I have a reason for it. I think when you're a striker for the likes of a Southampton, it's a different pressure playing for Tottenham Hotspur, because when you play for that bigger club, you're expected to score these goals. I'll give you a simple scenario, a simple example. Danny Ings could easily go 5-6 games without scoring for Southampton, no problem whatsoever. He's still their main man. He's going to be the first name on the team sheet regardless. With Tottenham, it doesn't work like that. You have to consistently keep scoring, which I don't think translates from a lower level striker into a obviously upper echelon in the league.
But then again, he has that. Danny Ings, for example, has a Premier League experience. You sign someone like Vlahovic, yes, he's got a good CV for last season, just like Belotti did a few seasons ago for Torino and was worth about 90 to 100 million. But if you look at him after the years after that, there was a decline. Same with who's the guy, Jovic, who went to Real Madrid. Again, granted, he wasn't given the best of chances, but now, if you look at him, he's now getting linked to poor teams like West Ham. So
I want to question what Sam said though, because is Spurs that much of a step up? Like, it's not the sort. It's not. I don't know whether it is because. Hang on, no, wait a second. This isn't like a Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, especially, where the fans really get on your back. There's not that title-winning pressure on them.
Yeah, I understand, but if Danny Ings doesn't score for 5-6 games in Indiana, the Spurs fans will turn on.
A good club for Danny Ings. I'll be honest. I think it's the perfect move for him, if I'm honest.
Look, anyways, listen. Like I said, let's move to the next one. But before I do that, the one thing I just want to summarize: Patrici, I trust. Like I said, give him the money, give him the chances. The one thing I was told about him at Juventus is he never just goes for one player; he goes for several, and he sounds them out. And he's done that already. If you look at our centre halves, we've looked at Tomiyasu, Zuma, Milinkovic. And another centre back, and he's done that same thing for strikers and midfielders.
How much are they asking for Zuma?
I trust him. I trust the guy.
They're asking a lot of money for Zuma, though. Chelsea,
25, 30 mil.
I think they're probably going to use him as part of the Koundé deal. That's.
I mean, Chelsea. I'm sure we'll talk about this, but they make ridiculous profits on players. I mean,
they do.
They've already. We'll get into that. I think we've given Tottenham enough of their flowers now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Here's my thing. The thing is, it's not even about shitting on City. I genuinely have a problem. I just want to say the last sentence I'm going to say on Tottenham. Look, Tottenham from here on out for the next 2 weeks in the transfer window, it all depends what they do with the Kane money, whether they sell him or not, what actually happens with the situation, and they take it from there. But for them, brilliant start. You've just beaten the Premier League champions, so nothing to complain. My problem with City, though, I'm not even trying to banter or trying to be funny. My problem with City is simply one thing: Pep Guardiola. Now, here's the thing. He's not immune to criticism. He is top 2 managers in the world minimum for every single person who's a fan right now. Here's my thing with Pep, though. I've seen this movie against Tottenham Hotspur so many times. I just feel like we're literally watching the replays of the several games he's had against Tottenham. Like you can't be Pep Guardiola and be immune to criticism. You've played against Tottenham and they've played this way against you on the counter-attack, park the bus, whatever it is, several times, and you till this very second he's not won at Tottenham away, which is a problem for me because you've seen this movie before. You know what they're gonna do, and in my opinion,
it's boring football, man.
It's the same.
In my opinion, look, Indiana. They still don't know how to play against Tottenham till this day.
This is why they'll spend 150 million pounds on Harry Kane, because he's the player who changes the way they play.
So here's the thing: I can be defensive and I can give you answers to what you just said, or I can go ham on my club. So I'm going to try and do the defensive thing first.
No, do both. Come on.
Yeah. So firstly, I think if Kyle Walker played, different game.
Facts.
I think if Harry Kane was there were 1 or 2 chances that Harry Kane would have put away. And this is going to lead on to when I talk about my issues with my club at the moment, that I saw it all last season, saw the same against Tottenham. And the other thing is, if I'm being 100, it's not an excuse. As I said on many a podcast, if we support our club, we support everything about our club. We've gone into the start of the season again, not prepared. And ultimately... Right, so I just want to talk on Tottenham. I'm going to give Tottenham their flowers real quick. Firstly, fans. It took me back to White Hart Lane. It was bumping. It was like the 12th man. Sensational. Oh. Secondly, the team. The team looked like a team that was going out to prove that they are not about one player. They were going out as a team, ready to play as a team and go, fuck Harry Kane, yeah? We are a team that can work hard and win a game. And thirdly, Son, when Son scored his goal, he picked up the ball and I was thinking, is this guy going to pass? Then I thought, no, you know what? This guy looks like a player that's saying, you know what? You don't need Kane no more because I will grab the game by the neck and I will score the goal. And Tottenham deserved the win. Don't get me wrong. Do I think that was an amazing performance by Tottenham? No, I thought it was hard working. They grew into the game. The fans were sensational, and I think City was shit. To be honest, like we were just really, really bad. Every time Tottenham countered us, they could have scored again. Like, we just look shit, man. I'm sick of seeing Mendy and Nathan Ake together. Every time they play, we concede. It don't work. Zinchenko's on the bench. Bring him on. Now, for my club. I saw it last season so many times. We got away with it last season because Liverpool had injuries. Liverpool had all them reasons. Man United weren't ready yet. And they had Ollie at the wheel and he's going to pick a dodgy team. And Chelsea had Werner up top. Lampard first half of the season. Right, it's different this season. Very, very different, right? So therefore, if we do not finish the chances that are being put on a plate, right? And when I say finish, in some cases, it's not even a case of when I say finish what's on your plate, you've got your knife and fork, aka your striker is up there and just not hitting the target, kind of Werner-like. Then you've got how City were last season and against Tottenham, where they're not even there. Cancelo's putting balls across the box that any striker would eat up. But there's no one there, right? My problem goes back to last summer. We needed a striker last summer. We didn't get one, cool. If we don't get one this summer, I love my board, I love my manager, I trust them. But I feel like right now at City, and I'm wearing this top for a reason today because this is an old school top, right? Have you not seen Man City's top they released today? Their third top.
Disgusting.
Absolute disgrace, right? And it's got no badge. It's got Manchester City across the middle. And I'm thinking, hold on, is this some new commercial twist you lot are trying to come with? Then I think, hold on, why have we bought Grealish before Kane when actually from a football point of view, it's Kane that we need? Is our board, all of a sudden starting to think differently and try and, I don't know, it's just, to me, if we do not get a striker, our board has failed, and that's strike two for them.
Fair enough. I just want to say a bit of housekeeping before we move on with the conversation. We have 16 people watching and only 11 likes, so smash that like button right now. Smash the fucking like button. Like right now. Subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Just smash the like button. I think last week when we did the predictions, I was the only one who actually put Chelsea as favourites. And my reasoning was, if you go into the season with Ferran Torres as your striker or Kevin De Bruyne as a false nine, you're not winning the league. Let's just be honest. Let's be real. I think with City, though, the one thing that I think they might be thinking is, instead of spending this much money on Kane, wait till next summer, buy Haaland for half the price, maybe, possibly, because he also has that City link. Maybe just ride it out for the season. You never know what happens. So, that's the one thing on my mind. But the thing is, tactically, I think, I just don't get it with this whole Pep against Spurs thing. It's just, we've seen this movie before. How many times do we have to see this movie again? It's just the same thing. It's the same thing when Bergwijn scored the winner. It's the same thing from the season before that when it was 1-0, I think, or 2-1 again, the same scoreline. So it's just I just don't make sense to me. But anyway, here's the thing with Pep now. If he buys Kane or he buys whoever, like a top quality striker, then I'm expecting a lot from him this season. Obviously, the Champions League thing will forever be something that they need to win. They need to compete in. And I think City, I just this week specifically, I think was very disappointing. I won't even lie about it. And that was the reason I had Chelsea as favourites. Anyway, one guy who hasn't spoken yet, Gunnar Express, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah, Gunnar Express, listen, we know you're an Arsenal fan, but we just need you to take out your Arsenal glasses for a second. Just talk to me about Spurs versus City before we move on to your club, my guy.
I mean, asking me to talk about Spurs is like dunking me in a bath of acid, bro. I'd rather not, but I'll do it. I mean, Spurs were good. Let's be honest. You can't, no matter how much of an Arsenal fan or no matter how much you hate Spurs or whatever else, you can't admit that they weren't great. They were. I think Son had moments where he was a bit poor. But this is what annoys me about Arsenal. Son can have a poor game, but still score the winning goal. Still score a goal, win the game, whatever else. Make an impact. Arsenal don't have these types of players. When our players have bad games, that's it. They don't do anything. They don't help out in any way. They don't score a goal. They don't get an assist. They don't, do anything of the sort. So Spurs just have good players. That's it for me. They have a much better team than Arsenal. And I think, again, against City, it's Pep Guardiola's main flaw, his main drawback, that he cannot change things. He's so predictable in certain times. Like, you watch the Champions League final, he changed something but got it wrong. Arteta is basically Pep 2.0. One of Arteta's worst traits is the same thing. Not being able to change the game, not being able to, change tactics or change the players or do anything like that in the game. If something goes wrong, it goes wrong. And something went wrong. They just couldn't score. But I think City need a striker. And in terms of Tottenham, I'd sell Kane at this point. I think very similar to Coutinho with Liverpool. He's doing it wrong. The way he's leaving that club is bad. Not turning up to training, not even apologising, kind of having a go at the fans on Twitter. Like, you don't do that. If you're going to leave a club that's given you so much over the years, you don't do that. So if I was Spurs, I'd basically say, fuck you. We want to get 150.
Guna, but he's a saint, right? So he can do it because he's a saint, right?
No, I get that. Like, I know Tottenham fans treat him like he's some sort of god, but bro, like, it is what it is, man. If I was Tottenham, I'd sell him. No player's bigger than a club at the end of the day, especially not someone like Harry Kane who can't even win a trophy. Just saying, Matt Smith, who's an Arsenal Academy player, still has more trophies than Harry Kane. But yeah, bro, it is what it is, man. I'd get rid of him. And like you said, Hussam, don't bring in 20 million pound signings, because we did that. We've done that a lot, and it doesn't work. Go and get 3 or 4 good players.
Indiana, relax. We're gonna head into the Arsenal section. Don't worry, you're gonna have your moment.
The one player I'm quite surprised Man City have not gone in for, and again, he might have his heart set on somewhere else, but it's Mbappe. Mbappe clearly wants to leave PSG. He's already said it many times. But how do you know that? How do you know?
I know that because Pep Guardiola categorically has said, "I want Real Madrid." Categorically,
yeah, I think so.
He's full on.
At the moment, it doesn't seem like Real Madrid can conjure up the money to buy him back.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's why he's not signed the contract yet. I think.
Yeah, this is
I think his heart is so set on Real Madrid. No matter who offers for him, he's not leaving anywhere except Real Madrid. I think he genuinely just wants to go there.
There's a lot of loophole about Mbappe for next season.
Can I just say, I feel like, listen, right now, the state of certain clubs, how certain clubs can't afford certain players, certain clubs of PSG who've spent too much now, where they might have to pause till next summer, they still get away with it. But ultimately, right now, there are a lot of players that want to go to certain clubs and are just waiting because clubs can't afford them. So they're going, cool, I'll wait a season. I mean, for me, Pogba's one. I actually think if United challenge this year, Pogba might stay. If they don't, Pogba's off to PSG on a free. I'll just put something in. If anyone can do the share screen, just quickly, in our defence.
Well, that's going up, Daps. Pogba's staying whatever, by the way.
Go ahead.
In our defence, right, the last 2 seasons, we've started our seasons very, 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 very badly.
And one of them you didn't win the league, Daps.
No, last season, we started the season badly.
Yeah, I said one of them you didn't. One of them.
No, I mean last season and this season. Before that, it was fine. Yeah, okay. The last 2 seasons, because of, I'm using the Liverpool thing now, COVID, and also Champions League, we've had very late, and our players haven't come back, and we've started. I've just done it. I know. Take it in.
I'm injecting it. I'm injecting it.
I'm with you now.
I honestly listen. I totally understand what you're saying, but I said this on the first show. This doesn't matter whether you lost or won against Spurs. I think Ferran Torres up front or Kevin De Bruyne, you don't win the league. So it honestly depends what happens. It just depends, in my opinion, what happens in the next 2 weeks. That's
I agree with you. He just doesn't look ready for me. He makes good runs. He just doesn't look ready.
I agree. Anyway, guys, we have to move on to the main meal this weekend. The one thing that happened. Yo, Kish knows this. Whoever has been watching the stuff I put out, whoever has been working with me has known that I predicted Brentford to beat Arsenal, because we've seen this movie before as well with Brentford. Here's the thing: Brentford coming up to the Premier League for the first time ever. They're going to be fighting. Brentford Stadium is going to be packed. Arsenal mentally not ready for a battle. Weak mentality, all that good stuff. As the great Troy Deeney once said, they lack cojones. He said it, so I'm just gonna use his line against Arsenal. So I think this, as sad as it is for Gunnar Express, was not something that was so far-fetched that we couldn't predict. This was something that a few people have predicted, and I did so myself. So all I'm saying with that Brentford result, obviously Arsenal, absolute joke. The entire world is watching the Premier League opener. They go on and lose to Brentford. And watching that game, it looked like Arsenal were the promoted side. I'm not going to lie. Brentford were better, in my opinion, technically. They were better on the ball. They were more dangerous every time they got to the final third for Arsenal, something that Brentford did well that Arsenal didn't. So I was saying Hussam's going to fucking love this topic. You know it, bro. Listen, you've lost to Brentford, so we're going to have our moment. And, you know, we have an amazing Arsenal fan here ready to shit on his own club. So go and take it away, my guy. Take it away.
Well, bro, this is the thing. I am going to shit on my own club because they shit on me every single week, bro. Like, this whole transfer window has been a joke, and then we go and lose to Brentford. Like you said, the newly promoted team, honestly, we were the newly promoted team, man. Like, we were embarrassing. Like, I just don't get how our fans still want to be positive and still try and make excuses for this shit manager. Like, he is just a terrorist to football. Like, he's so shit, man. He is the shittest manager I have ever seen manage Arsenal. One of the shittest managers, I think, a lot of Arsenal fans, the older ones.
He's got 2 trophies, though.
He's got 1 trophy.
The Community Shield is not
the knowledge.
Trophy. The Community Shield ain't a trophy, man. I'm not one of them
Thank you,
fans that's going to claim that shit. Like, this is the thing, right? Arteta shit. That's it. He won an FA Cup, cool. Like, Brendan Rodgers won an FA Cup, and our fans said they won't take him. So,
fucking love this, bro.
I don't get it, man. But he's a shit manager. You don't lose to Brentford in the first game. I mean, again, they're newly promoted. I get it's at their ground. They're going to be excited, whatever else. There was a full stadium. You know, COVID just ended, so it's even more exciting for football fans. But I don't care. Like, no disrespect to Brentford, but we're bigger than them. We should be beating them. I don't care what situation Arsenal are in. We should be beating Brentford. Like, we should. They haven't been in the Premier League in over 70 years, and we lost to them in their first game back. Like, it's embarrassing. It really is. I mean, apparently, you know, we're getting bantered by Ivan Toney on Twitter afterwards as well, saying,
"Oh my God,
with the lads." Like, I mean, I don't, bro. We're getting disrespected by. No, I love Ivan Toney. I take him at Arsenal, but we're getting disrespected by a Championship striker. Like, that's what he is. He's a Championship striker who's literally just got promoted. We're getting bantered by him. That guy 2 years ago was in League One with Peterborough, and he's bantering Arsenal Football Club. And I mean, I'm not triggered with him because he's right. Like, it was just a kickabout. They dominated us. Our tactics were shit. Our play style was shit. I don't even know what we were trying.
Have you seen Admon Lahore's comments today?
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I've seen Lukaku as well. Lukaku's happy that Arsenal's his first game back. Like, he's gassed. I can't wait for Sunday. But, bro, I mean, look.
Arsenal just get no respect whatsoever from no opposition player, no opposition manager. Like, no one respects Arsenal at all.
Like, why is anyone going to respect us? We're crap. Like, we're honestly crap. We're not, like, Arsenal Football Club to me is the third biggest team in England. Right now, we're not acting like that. We're acting like a small team. Literally, like, we're acting like a small club. And this is what annoys me, man. Like,
kind of City-like.
Still fans out there that want Arteta.
Daps. Why do you have main character syndrome? Let us shit on Arsenal, bro. Allow it.
Bro, there's still Arsenal fans who want Edu to stay. Still Arsenal fans who want Arteta in. Think that some of like people like Xhaka are better than bro. To those Arsenal fans that said Xhaka was better than Vieira, I swear to God, never watch football again, man. Never have an opinion on football again, bro. Like, how the hell are you gonna compare Granit Xhaka to Patrick Vieira? Like, it's a crime. It's a crime against football. Like, even, like, never mind rival fans doing it. Even our own fans were saying that Xhaka's better than Vieira. Like, it's a criminal offence. They should be arrested for that shit, man. Like, honestly, like, freedom of speech is great and that, but no, that was just stupid, man. But
honestly, just to express to like trigger you more, but I'm gonna need you to include something else as well. Arsenal are signing Ramsdale. Now, Indiana posed an amazing question. Indiana actually asked this question off air. I'm going to ask it to you. Who, like, staying in the league matters more for who? Ramsdale or Arsenal? That's the question we have to ask you.
I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You know what? The thing is, yeah, I feel for Arsenal fans because I feel like the only way that anything's going to change, right, is if they stop going to games, they stop spending money, and even then it probably won't because it's Arsenal are a fashionable club of the big city in England, yeah? So even if Arsenal fans don't go to the games, there's someone else that will take their ticket and go that doesn't even support them. So I feel for them because I don't know what the answer is. That season on season, They're making money. Season on season, people want to buy the club and do better for them. But come on now, if I had shares in a company that every season's earning money, I'm not going to sell them. So I just think it's bad, man. It's really, I don't. If Arsenal come back up, it's luck.
Come back up? What do you mean, from the Championship?
No, well, not right now. But I mean, if they get back to where they think they should be, and where maybe they are one of the top 3 biggest clubs in the country, it's luck. Because at the moment, until them owners are terrorists from Wenger days. Them owners are just, they're businessmen. That's it. They're businessmen. They're earning money. That's it.
Kish, obviously, you probably had the best week of your life. You just beaten City. Arsenal lost to Brentford on the opener. You must have been injecting it all week. That's what I'm going to say.
There's a couple. I mean, from top to bottom, it's a shambles. I mean, the boys have already said about Edu. I mean, it seems like they've gone to the bin bag to see what Chelsea reserves are there, you know, in terms of what's out of date, and just see if you can get them and give them loads of money. Arteta as well. I mean, the one thing with Arteta that really, really surprises me is when he was with Pep, a lot of things that came out was he is a very, very good coach. He improves players, the likes of Sterling and co. A lot of the reason why he improved was down to Arteta. Well, that was publicised. But if you look at some of the players like Saliba, Guendouzi, and quite a few others, Reece Nelson, who had a really good loan spell in Germany, Maitland-Niles, who had the potential to be good, Willock, who got 7 goals in 7 games for Newcastle at the end. These are the sort of players that really you lay the foundation off. But if anything, he's regressed these players. They've not a single player in that Arsenal setup you can say to me has improved at all, to be honest. So, and he did have, I'm not saying Guendouzi or, you know, Maitland-Niles are going to set the world alight, but I do still think that they're good players and potentially to get a bit further. You know, they could definitely still be in that squad, but he's just not managed to improve that team. And if you look at one of the stats that I read the other day was, I think of all the games where Arsenal have been behind, I think it's 20 games under Arteta. They've not won a single one of those games. It's like 16 losses, 4 draws.
16 losses, 4 draws, yeah.
And that, for me, for a top club of Arsenal's nature, that's embarrassing. I mean, the fact, and you can't say to me that Arsenal haven't spent money, because they have spent money under him, and the board have backed him to get rid of all the dead wood, supposedly, like Ozil and co. And now these are his players. So the likes of Ramsdale, the likes of Ben White, and there's going to be more that I'm sure that Odegaard, for example, as well, who I think has had a lot of slander considering he only came into the league from January. He didn't have too much game time. So give him at least an opportunity. I'm not saying that he's guaranteed to do anything, but give him an opportunity, because I do see potential there. But again, there's just so many issues within that club. I do genuinely think, like you said, someone who can coach those bums once a week with no European football, someone with actual managerial experience other than Arteta, I do still think that top 6 or somewhere within that is achievable. But with Arteta, I really don't see it. And you actually said this on a couple of podcasts where it makes such a big difference with no European football. But the big question is, you need the right coach to be able to teach those bums. And until you get that, you're not going to get anywhere. That's just how it is.
I like how my sentences have become iconic about Arsenal. I love it. I think that podcast, what I did to Cahill, poor Cahill, man. Big up Cahill. I'm really sorry I did that to you. If you're watching this, I apologize. Or if Kojo's watching this, please do send him my sincere apologies.
He's good. You know what? I checked up on him. He's all right.
The thing is with Arsenal, and not to make it about Liverpool again, but it kind of reminds me of the transfer window where we signed like Stuart Downing, Charlie Adam. Like, you can spend money, but still spend money in a shit way. And, you know, I think that Arsenal are going down a very, very, very horrible path. And they're going down that path real quick, like a roller coaster ride. So, Indiana, your old rivals, when you were relevant back then, obviously when it was called the Barclays Premier League, the good old days. How did you feel about that Brentford game?
Yeah. Nice attempt again. The more you go at United, the more you reach, the more I know that you know who the bigger club is. But anyway,
more major trophies. I'm the bigger club. Confident.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Basically,
21 and 21. 21 and 21.
24. I'm going 24. 21 and 24 we'll go with. I was never that guy, by the way. I think for me, Arsenal, what Kish is saying is right in terms of coaching, but he's not the guy. There's a huge mentality problem. When you're getting bullied off the ball, Pepe's making more key passes for Brentford than the Brentford players are. I'm just like, I'm watching it and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? There's no fight in there. They just need to go back to basics. Get a midfield general in there. Putting Xhaka on a new deal is ridiculous. I said it already on a podcast today. Going after Maddison the whole window and then going back in for Odegaard after you've already had him on loan, it is literally running back to your ex-girlfriend because you can't find a new one. That's literally what it is. Like, it's mad. It's crazy. I look at the business that Leicester have done. Leicester have probably had the best window. Like, they've made some really good signings this season, and everyone's sleeping on them. But for me, I think the only thing that Arsenal can do now to get back for these players, because I look at the players on the pitch and I'm like, why can you get up for a big game, but you can't get up for, like the games you should just be winning? I think they need a new manager. And the reason I say this is because they need something fresh to happen in the club. It's not going to come from the top. The longer this goes on, the more it spreads. It's literally that one bad apple in the barrel, right? It just, look at the goalkeeper. He flaps like a pigeon. He's got no confidence at all. They try and play out from the back. They can't do that. Nobody takes charge of anything. Aubameyang's not stepping up. You've been spending money like crazy. And then you go and buy Ramsdale. Think about this. Arsenal, one of the biggest clubs in football. They need a reset. They need a huge reset. I do like some of the players they brought in. I think some of the academy players are great, like Saka, Martinelli. I don't know, Martinelli was bought earlier, whatever. But Tierney's a great signing. I think Partey is a good footballer. He is a good footballer. Why would you not try and get the best out of him by bringing someone in the midfield? Why would you put Xhaka on a new contract? It just stinks of laziness and trying to throw money at the problems to get back up there. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would not be happy. I would be pissed. I get it. But I'm a Man United fan, so I'm going to enjoy it all season long.
The young guy who played in centre midfield has also got good potential. He looked really, really good. Well, not really. Showed signs of promise.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Lakonga's good. Yeah.
Yeah, Lokonga. Sorry, he looked good, but again, he's not going to improve under Arteta's coaching. I'm afraid.
I mean, so did Coquelin.
I think we just need to wrap up on Arsenal. I think the thing is with them is I feel like a lot of these players will perform way better when under a better manager. Exactly what Kish said. I understand that Kroenkes are a problem. Before that, Hicks and Gillett were a problem, but Benitez still won the Champions League. Before that, the Glazers were a problem, but Ferguson still won. So listen, ownership, whether they're shit or not, you still do need a manager who is capable and who is tactically apt and can actually know what he's doing. I don't think Arteta or the people around him.
I think he knows what he wants to do. I think he knows what he wants to do. And also, I think he's pretty good at identifying players, right? He knows how to get the best out of players. So the club aren't backing Arteta when it comes to signings, in my opinion. Like I think the Odegaard thing.
I disagree. Look at the transfer window they're having right now, Indiana. Ben White, 50 million. Lokonga, Tavares,
we spent
Ramsdale as well.
I'm sorry. These links don't go out for players like Maddison for the whole season. And then you go and re-sign Odegaard. Things like that don't.
Yeah, well, according to Fabrizio, though, he was always the number one target.
Like
according to Fabrizio, he was the number one target, though. Odegaard, it was never
Odegaard.
I think that was laziness because I know for a fact that Maddison wanted to go to Arsenal. Those links were true.
I disagree. I think for me, I said from the beginning that Odegaard was the number one target. I didn't think we'd sign him because I think that for me, what it was we wanted Odegaard from the beginning. We made that clear. We put a bid in, but then Madrid said no because Ancelotti came in. He said he wanted to keep Odegaard, give him a go, see what he was like in training. They then said, obviously, that was Ceballos getting injured, Tony Cruz getting injured as well. They said that Odegaard was definitely going to be staying. But Odegaard kicked up a fuss and basically said, I don't want to, I want either first team football guaranteed or I want to leave, which is why I'm already a bit iffy with him because I don't like that mentality in any player.
Do you not see huge potential in Odegaard though?
I don't. This is what I was going to ask.
I do see it.
You know what? I was going to say this because before Odegaard
seems like he's been around for years already.
I was just seeing hype for about a month before he signed for you lot. I was seeing, Arsenal have got a huge fan base on Twitter and all these little youngers screaming his name. And I was thinking, hold on, he arrived. And to be frank with you, with what I was hearing about him, nah.
He's got Mkhitaryan all over him, man.
You reckon?
He's really not. He's not standing out. He's not. I mean, I'm not saying he's shit, but he's definitely not standing out. He's not a signing.
Technically, he's a very good player.
Indiana,
he's been around Real Madrid.
It's 2021. There are so many technically good footballers now.
You spend a lot of your time training with players at Real Madrid, players at Man United.
You're going to be technically good.
You're going to look technically good, but
I get that.
You know what it is.
My issue is, although he's technically good, you have to have some leaders in there. You have to have. You have to have
Indiana, a bit. For me with Odegaard, right? Arsenal fans do this. Oh, but he's the captain of his nation. I don't give a flying fuck. Am I Norwegian? No, so I don't care. Like, I honestly do not care that Aubameyang's the captain of Gabon or that Xhaka's the captain of Switzerland. Lindelof's the captain of Sweden. What, is he now suddenly a good player? Like, no,
he
doesn't
isn't.
make a difference.
No.
If you're
he's a good player. He's just not a top level player.
No, if you're the captain of like France, Germany, like a massive nation with very high quality players and leaders, then I see that as an achievement. But Switzerland, Norway,
I don't think it's that. I think it's a mentality thing because I would argue that Roy Keane was for me the best captain, especially for Man United that I've seen, and he played for Ireland.
That time.
No, but
this is the thing, in that time, but still, he had different leadership qualities.
Yeah.
Like there's different leadership qualities as a captain. Aubameyang has the armband because he's the best player by a mile. That's why.
This is what I'm trying to say. Arsenal fans are using this as a basis of him being a good player and he can come in and lead. He's not. He's been the captain for about a week. Yeah, I don't ever think he's taken a game with them yet where he's been the captain. And again, with a team like Norway, you don't pick a captain due to particularly how good of a leader they are. You just pick your best player. And Odegaard is one of their best players alongside like Haaland and possibly Sander Berg.
I agree.
I agree.
The reason why I don't think he'll succeed, right, is because if you look at him play, first off, he's very poor physically. He doesn't have the ability to muscle someone off the ball, win a header, anything like that you need in the Premier League. This is what Torreira had an issue with. He was not physical enough. Doesn't matter about his
Odegaard, in my opinion, definitely doesn't show leadership qualities or whatever. So I do agree with more of what Gunnar Express is saying. But anyway, guys, we do have to.
So one last thing on Odegaard. One last thing on Odegaard. He's had more loans than an escort in West London.
And on that bombshell, we're going to have to move on from Arsenal. I think we spent a good 25 minutes just chatting shit about Arsenal, which I have no problem with. Obviously, like in the last portion of the show, I feel like all three clubs you could put into the same category. United, Liverpool, Chelsea, all three of them just did what they had to do. They were favourites against the teams they were playing against. They beat those teams. Obviously, United beat Leeds by 5-1. Leeds, I have another problem. Same problem that I have with City. Just don't learn from their mistakes. Do the same thing they did last season. Instead of losing 6-2, lose by 5-1. So I have a problem.
Leeds get blinded. We have no excuses. They have excuses. They can't do anything else. We have excuses. Like Leeds just have to do that way. We don't.
No. Here's the thing. I think Leeds, the second game last season, they actually got a draw at Elland Road. So I thought they would actually be a bit more cautious and not just go all out on day one. But fair enough. Listen, at the end of the day, United did what they had to do. I think they were way too expensive.
They tried to play their game. But they went in between. They went in between the two games that we played them last time. What I mean by that is, one game they came out at us like Leeds do, the way they played. The second game they tried to lock down, and this time they tried to man mark, and they couldn't do it against a fluid front four. It just didn't. And Bielsa didn't change anything. That was the problem there. Nothing changed throughout the whole game. It was. I agree with a lot of rival fans are saying it was easy for United in a way. They made it easy for us to play.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Indiana. First game of the season against, apart from Liverpool, I'd actually say Leeds are your biggest rivals, not us. Okay?
I agree. Yeah.
As someone that grew up in Manchester, Lancashire boys do not like Merseyside and they don't like Yorkshire. Leeds are your big rivals. So first game of the season, and I was in Manchester at the weekend. It was popping. It was riot bands from 8 in the morning till 2 a.m. Right, so for people to say it was easy, first game of the season, shut up, man. Man United looked good.
No, the game. No. It was easy.
Man United looked good, but at the same time, Leeds played into their hands. It could be a mixture of both. It's not that Indiana. Just before you go, because I want to include all three clubs because don't have much time with Chelsea as well. Obviously, they did beat Palace. I think Chelsea's win was impressive as well. They had like a few players out and still just took care of Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Maybe questions about Vieira, but we'll see. Obviously, during the season, what happens with him. Obviously, Liverpool, same thing. Expected to beat Norwich away. They go away to Norwich. The way, like just comparing the mentalities. Arsenal obviously couldn't handle the way atmosphere, all that stuff. Liverpool experienced, composed, beat Norwich, did their thing. I feel like all three clubs just did what they have to do. They won the game they're supposed to win. And I just want every single one of you to just give me like their thoughts on obviously not as in depth as we've been talking about Arsenal and City, but I think just give me your thoughts on all three games, all three teams. Where do you think they go from here? And so Indiana, anyway, since you are a United fan, go ahead, tell me, let me know your thoughts.
I'll start with United. First with United, Sam, you're exactly right. Leeds played into our hands, but we still played great football. Like there were some great performances there for me. I think Lindelof had a great performance, and the same with Scott McTominay. They went under the radar. Paul Pogba, 4 assists. He was outstanding. Bruno Fernandes, Mason Greenwood, incredible. And I expect to see that fluid front four a lot more. I think Man United have got the best attacking options in the league, in my opinion. We still got Rashford, Martial to throw into that, Sancho, Cavani. We've got great attacking options. Our problems will be sort of right back, midfield, what have you. Chelsea just went out and done what they needed to do. They got Lukaku now. They're for me, they're favourites for the league. I think Tuchel's an outstanding manager. They basically, like you said, Hussam, they just went about their business. In terms of Liverpool, I thought it was actually a really poor performance from Liverpool. That midfield was shocking. Cantwell, I've got to mention him. I thought he was really good, but as top sides do, you get the results, and three goals don't happen by accident. Once you changed up the midfield, I thought the game was very, very different. But we'll see what happens across the season. I'm pretty interested with Liverpool because I think a lot of fans are sleeping on the amount of work that Gino Wijnaldum done. I think Gini played a massive part for Liverpool's midfield. But we'll see what happens there.
Daps, take it away. Same thing.
You're on mute.
Is Daps here?
Sorry, yeah. So what I would say as a Man City fan, me being Daps, obviously, by the way.
Stop.
I don't look any different.
Oh my God! Oh my! No! We're not gonna have two United fans, man.
I don't see any different.
So I'm can't cope with two United fans. You can't.
We're not about to do
this. It reminds me how much bigger the club is than Liverpool.
Tubes, I love you, but this ain't it, bro. This ain't it.
Sorry, lads.
Two United fans is too much, bro. Too much.
Apologies about that. So, so you know what? To be honest with you, you just said it perfectly, Sam. Before the three, Chelsea, Liverpool. Look, don't play down Liverpool going to Norwich and winning. Was it 3-1 in the end or 2-1? Was it 2 or
3-0, bro?
Right, 3-0. There we go. Right. So
look how happy he is.
but honestly, opening day of the season is very difficult to predict. Norwich have just come up. We've got our doubts on Liverpool. I'm sure they're going to be on Liverpool, on Van Dijk if he can stay fit and whatever. He gets a run together, that doubt goes away. So Liverpool, they kind of. I'd never thought Liverpool were gonna lose it, but they won it. Right? Chelsea, they're my favourites. Fully my favourites. Look, we're
one loss, that, and you're throwing in the towel already.
No, listen.
This is a City fan thing. Jan does this.
This is a City fan thing. Let's just be negative. Let's just be negative. We don't expect anything. All the shit. No one's buying it. No one's buying it.
You don't have to buy it. You don't, because I'm not selling it. Right? I grew up at Main Road. Okay, we throw shit away. However much you tell me, go back and watch me last season. Meltdown after we lost 5-2. I was screaming the whole. But I do trust my board and manager still just about. So I think we'll come strong. But I'm not going to lie. Chelsea do this all the time. That's all they do. They take L's, they drop down, then they come back, win something, drop down, come back. They've never been consistently like that, really. But right now, I really rate Tuchel. I think Tuchel is a sensational manager. I think their squad, in most positions, they have 2 players, unlike us. Our B team, people put them in the top 4. Our B team is not good enough for the top 4, in my opinion. I just want to talk about
bullshit. If your second team could get top 4 easy.
Ferran Torres up top.
Yes, you could get top 4. Ferran Torres makes you not challenge, but you can still get top 4 easily.
Right, I'm meaning with my B team. My A team gets top 4 all day long. My B team, I just want to talk on. You know what? I just want to talk on. So give Liverpool their flowers because Liverpool went and did what they had to do. And like I said, if Van Dijk doesn't keep fit and Mane and Salah go missing, we don't know. But if they do, they challenge. If they keep solid, they challenge. Now, Man United is the key to me, right? Because I watched them last weekend, and it's like the key is Paul Pogba. You keep Paul Pogba fit. You keep Paul Pogba in a challenge, right? The minute you are not challenging, he's going to get bored. If you are challenging, and think last weekend, Martial, Rashford, Cavani, and Sancho, none of them started. Okay? So, take that in, and I was, for a minute, when I saw the picture after the game of Bruno doing the Pogba celebration and Pogba doing the Bruno celebration and thinking that midfield's sensational, I got a little bit worried. Then I remembered who was... And I thought, nah, until they get rid of him...
Always at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? It feels amazing, to be honest. I love the fact that Ollie's at the wheel.
But I feel like right now, Man United, I don't know, man. It seems like the...
Don't. Trust me, listen. I can tell you this. The enemy of my enemy is my friend to a certain extent. So all I'm going to say is United are not challenging for shit this season. Listen, Ollie's at the wheel when it's squeaky bum time and actually need to win. They won't win.
I agree with you. Yeah. I need you on my shoulder reminding me of that.
Yeah. Trust me, I got you, Daps. Listen, we had the rivalry and all that good stuff, but when it comes to United, we're on the same page. So don't worry.
I don't know, when it comes to Manchester and Merseyside, it's a bit different, No.
That Aguero moment, all Liverpool fans were celebrating it. Come on, man. As long as it's not United.
I get from your side, but from our side...
Nah, same thing. As long as
none of us been celebrating any Liverpool moments ever.
Yeah, fair enough. Adapt. I'll put it to you this way: if we played United in the Champions League final, who you got? Who you want to win?
Liverpool.
Yeah, same thing. So that's basically it. Anyway, we're gonna go obviously to 2 people who have nothing to do with this title challenge, but they are here, so we have to listen to their opinions. We do that every single team. Their opinion is they do matter and stuff. So we have to just let them express themselves from the outside looking in. Obviously, because Spurs nowhere near Arsenal. I prefer not to speak. So we're gonna go to Kish first. So tell me these 3 teams. Your thoughts.
Listen, impressive performances by all the teams. I'd say the best performance for me out of those 3 was Chelsea, just because the fact that they still got a couple of key players missing. Havertz didn't even. I don't even think he came on, and players like Ziyech who've got a second season now with Premier League experience, and Pulisic looking decent as well. Their squad depth is ridiculous. Lukaku's only going to enhance that. And what Daniel, who's a Chelsea fan, said in Usman Talks United on Monday was, when you give a big bold man something to go for in his prime, you should be worried as an opposite fan. I believe that he's a 20+ goal a season striker now. In my opinion, he always has been. So dangerous. Man United, perfect opposition for the team for players like Pogba and co. Pogba for me is one of the best midfielders in world football. If you give him that space and time, he will just eye of a needle stuff. It's easy for him. Just quickly on this. I think the commentators and the treatment he's received is absolutely disgraceful. Me being a Tottenham fan and knowing the way Harry Kane has treated us as fans is a disgrace. So he should receive the same fire and same ammunition as Harry Kane has not received. So Yeah, I think Pogba deserves credit, and big up Michael Richards for standing up for him, because I think it is long overdue. Players like Bruno Fernandes, I think again, people said he's finished, but it seems like he's up there again. I said about Greenwood last week, I said the fact that he's got a pre-season, he's away from the media this season, he's got a fresh impetus, and I think it's going to be a very, very good season for him. But again, like the whole team have said, the one person that will stop them from challenging, in my opinion, is Ollie. And when it comes to February, I think they will challenge up to February, March time. And then I think once it gets to squeaky bum time, it will collapse. And it will be the cream of the crop that get to the end. With Liverpool finally to finish off, standard 3-0 performance against Norwich, who they absolutely spank every single season. I was surprised that Suarez didn't ring in for a little testimonial against Norwich, to be honest. Yeah, really good performance. The only thing I would say about Liverpool is there still seems a lot of uncertainty for me. If you don't replace Gini, I think it's going to be very, very tough. And I don't know what it was. I was very analytical about Mane's performance in particular. I know it's first game of the season, but I don't know. For me, it seems with Mane that there's just
he's been my concern with Liverpool for ages.
There's just something not right. Again, listen, it's the first game of the season, and there's another 37 fixtures to go. So don't get me wrong, there's a long way to go this season, but there just seems to be something with Mane there that's not right. Yeah, there's something that's not right. Anyways,
I feel like I said about 2 seasons ago when you won the Champions League, I said with Mane in particular, because I think even at that point he was being linked with maybe Barcelona, right? Yeah. And I was thinking the thing was Mane and Salah and their ages and whatever, that if certain clubs come in for them, once they've won the Premier League and they've done everything they can in this league, they might be thinking, you know what, pay rise and go and do it elsewhere. Now, I'm going to take it back on Salah. I actually genuinely think Mo Salah, he wants to be at Liverpool.
Why? I didn't understand a couple of seasons ago when people said that they would rather have Mane than Salah.
Salah seems, you know what?
It's ridiculous. Salah will guarantee you 20+ goals a season.
You know what? Firstly that, but there's a thing where, what is it? Once bitten, twice shy. And I think Kevin De Bruyne's got it, and I think Mo Salah have got it. When you've been at a big club, both of them were at Chelsea. They got shat on, yeah? They go elsewhere. They come back to a club that's winning a lot. Now, once bitten, they got bitten by Chelsea. So they're thinking, do you know what? We're actually quite happy. We're at big clubs. City aren't big, but we win stuff. And Liverpool, we're winning stuff. Why do we want to go elsewhere? Whereas with Mane, and Mo Salah ultimately showed it last season, because throughout everything, Mane was putting in stinkers. Salah carried on banging. And I feel like he's not going to go nowhere. I feel like Mane's in a tough place now, because I don't think he wants to be at Liverpool anymore. Yeah. But I think ultimately the clubs he wants to be at don't want him enough and aren't going to pay the money that Liverpool want for him. And Liverpool therefore know we're not going to give you the pay rise you want neither. So you stay and you do. And he's, look, on his day, Mane is one of the best players in the Premier League. Let's be honest.
Also, Hassan, for you, question, listen, a midfield of Ox, Milner, and Keita stinks of utter shit.
Yeah, it
does. There's about the same creativity in them three as my left toenail, mate. Like,
here's the thing. The problem is because we do. Guys, relax. I know whenever like Liverpool is mentioned, all of you get a hard on immediately. And you just want to chat shit. I understand. As soon as Liverpool's name is mentioned, everyone's just hard. Relax.
James Milner just has closest weekly.
Listen, Dabs, we're not trying to see your balls, man. We're gonna get the channel cancelled, my guy.
No, it don't happen to us Lancashire lot.
And Milner just stopped talking about how many miles he's run every game, because the rest of it is shit. Honestly, I don't care anymore about how many miles he runs. Honestly,
Kish, can I fucking respond, because we're gonna have to end it.
Go on. Oh my god,
we're gonna have to end it. You have to end. I literally have a stream in 5 minutes as well. So listen, I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. Mane, completely agreed. There's a problem with him. I am worried. I'm not gonna lie. A few of our fans think he is finished. I'm not sure yet. Gonna have to see you for 2-3 games. I think he has what's it called? I think there is a decision-making problem for him now in the final third. So yeah, here's the thing with the other things you've said though. Milner, Ox, and Keita will never play together again. It's just because Fabinho is still not ready. Fabinho's still not ready. Henderson's not ready. Thiago's not ready. So who the fuck else are we gonna play? That's our three options. The midfield stank, was absolutely disgusting. I agree completely. So I have no problem whatsoever with what you're saying. Here's my thing: the midfield stank. The front three stank for the first half, and we still won 3-0. So in my opinion, that fills me with confidence. I don't take it as a negative. I take it as a positive. I think, like I said, we did what we had to do. Let me just say this to Soups, yeah? Your club has frozen since 2013. The last time you won the league title was 10 fucking years ago. Your Soups, it's sad. Why are you talking to me right now? Why are you talking? 6 Champions League titles. Come, I can't hear you. I can't hear. How many have you got? 3. Right, I can't hear you. 3. Say it. Soups, relax, bro. Your club has frozen for 10 years. Allow it. Listen, guys, I do get triggered because we are a bigger club. So allow me, man. Allow me.
Can I say 21's coming?
I get that. I get
Can I say 21's coming?
You
really think 21's coming? You really think 21's coming?
Basically,
not this season.
And then defend it. When you win it and defend it, we can talk.
Indiana.
Big up Indiana. Big up Indiana.
And also out there.
No one gives a fuck.
Hold on. Also,
defending it. More major trophies equals bigger club. Simple as.
Johnny, when you can challenge for more than one trophy in one season, talk to Manchester clubs.
Okay, but we actually did. Say that again, Dabs. Say that again, Dabs, because I'm literally just about to shut you up.
So let me confirm it. When you can win.
No, you changed it. When you can challenge. What did we do that Champions League season? 1 point away.
You didn't challenge. You were never a concern.
We challenged for both. 1-1. I have no problem.
Never a concern.
Listen, guys, everyone calm the fuck down. We're gonna have to wrap up, okay? Because I literally have a show in fucking 3 minutes. So everyone, 10 seconds, tell the people where to fucking find you because I have to go. So Indiana, where can the people find you? 10 seconds.
You can find me on the Football Terrace. You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter, triggering Hassam daily. Just make sure you go and follow everybody. Subscribe to their channels. Everything will be in the description. So you don't need to go search for it. Get in the description. Go and do that. Go and follow everybody on Twitter, their socials, their channels. Subscribe to their channels. Share their content. Please do that. Make sure you like this stream and subscribe to this channel as well.
Fair enough. Thank you so much, Indiana. Amazing as usual. Triggered me a bit more than last week, but anyway, we move. Daps, 10 seconds. Where can the people find you?
You can find Indiana at The First XI. Make sure you subscribe to The First XI. Secondly, with me, never a foul everywhere. Very simple, never a foul.
Never a foul. And Daps MCFC on Twitter as well. Go follow him.
Don't worry about that.
Tweet much because he supports the shit club. Kish, where can the people find you?
Socials below, but make sure everyone like and subscribe every Wednesday night, The First XI. Monday as well, I'm on Usman Talks United, so that's a weekly preview to the upcoming Premier League games as well. But yeah, stay tuned for more content.
So can I just 100%. Say, Usman was telling me all day today to come for your neck. He said, make him cry. He's my friend, make him cry. But I was like,
why would you make him cry? He beat you though, so I just make him.
Well, that's Usman, what I reminded him. To be fair,
that's not on you. That's on Usman. Usman has just been, he's been clutching at straws. Like I said, just United fans, easy to win against nowadays. Gunnar, where can the people find you, my guy?
Well, you can find me in my shower crying about Arsenal. On Twitter @GoonerExpress_. So on Twitter @GoonerExpress_, on YouTube at the Gooner Express as well, on the road to 500 subs, and then also obviously subscribe to the First 11, subscribe to Never a Foul, follow everybody on here as well, follow Shocks because I'm not here on a permanent basis. I am a temporary fill-in.
Fuck Shocks, but anyway.
Yeah, fuck Shocks, of course.
Fuck Shocks. I'm just gonna say it. I'm calling you out, Shaw. I'm calling you out. I need this shit on the introduction next time. Rachel, you do your thing. Let me just say this to you, Shaw. Yeah. I'm going solo right now. I don't give a fuck. Listen, Shaw. You fucking bottled it. You bottled it worse than Arsenal did. You lose to Brentford and suddenly it's the London traffic while you're not home. Allow it, Shaw. We know you're sitting at home right now. You were in the comment section. No one gives a fuck. Shaw, I'm calling you out. If you lose against Chelsea and you don't show up again, listen, I'm going to call you out even worse. You lost to Brentford. Your ass should have been the first person on this fucking show. You lose to Brentford and you don't show up. Massive L, bro. Shaw, fuck off. Big up to Gooner Express for actually being a man and showing himself on the show. So, Shaw,
He's just ran out to buy
Yo,
Indiana, excuses. I'm not trying to hear it. Excuses. Rachel, this better be on the intro next time because I'm calling him out in front of the public.
I'm recording it. Don't worry, I've got it.
Anyways, people, we have come towards the end of the show. I'm going to tell the people where to find me. My Twitter is @DonHussam6 because we've won the Champions League 6 times. I'm trying to make that @7, so we'll see what happens with that one. You can find me on YouTube @This Is Football. That's the name of my channel. Whoever the fuck you support, there's content for you. So just go and subscribe to the channel. I'm actually going live literally in 2 minutes. If you want to come on and hop over. I just want to say absolutely fantastic show, amazing panel. Big up everyone in the comment section. Smash that like button if you are yet to do so. Literally just smash it right now. Subscribe to the First Six side. You are going to see us next week again, possibly changing it into a Super 7 instead of the Big 6. You never know with the way Indiana's brilliant mind works. So, you know, so no, allow it. I'm not hearing the comment from you right now. Your ass better be here next week. So that's what I'm going to say. So big up to every single one on the panel. Big up to everyone in the comment. Go ahead, Daps.
I said it can go straight in my basket.
And on that bombshell, we are about to end the video. So please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And like I said, support everyone on the channel. Big up to everyone in the comment section. And we will see you